Alright. Alright, movie summary. Classic setting starts off with a guy named Tim, right here, and his Indian ever classic sidekick. They wanted Tim, or his sidekick wanted Tim to capture a Cubone. Cubone right here, and here's his bone. Wanted to capture Cubone to start off his Pokemon career. And if you didn't know, Cubone wears the skull of his dead mother. So Cubone is crying out in the patch of grass, and Tim, the ever smart man, decided to calm it down by making a joke about how saying his mother's skull looks amazing. Cubone got real pissed and was like, no, 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 no. Beat the shit out of Tim. Use some type of move, Pokemon move, kick the crap out of it. So Ozzy Cubone plan didn't work out, so Tim went back to his work, which is this insurance company. While at the company, Tim received a call from Rhyme City Police Department saying his father passed away. So Tim had to go to Rhyme City to go to his father's deal with the business of his father passing. While at Rhyme City, he went to the Rhyme City Police Department, where he met his father's friend, Detective Hati. Ooh, boy. Hato Yasati, who told him that Tim, your dad, was in a car accident. That's how he died. From there, Tim left the police department and went to his father's apartment to sort out some more business of his. While there, that was where Tim found a vial labeled R on it. Big drug called R. He accidentally cracked it, releasing the gas. Also, at the apartment, that's where he met his father's Pokemon partner, Pikachu, who could somehow magically talk in perfect human tongue. And he was freaking out. During this whole fiasco, here's Tim was like, oh, super shocked Pikachu talking English, right? So during the confusion of him trying to figure out how to talk to Pikachu, the release R vial earlier went and affected the nearby Apom, which is basically these monkeys with hands on their tails. Right? There's a whole pack of them outside the apartment. Now, from there, the Apom swarm started breaking into Tim's father's apartment. Right? Now, have you ever seen the movie World War Z, where the zombies it's climbing on top of each other and just trying to like kill the survivors? This is basically what happened, but instead of bloodthirsty zombies, it's monkey with tails with hands. Pretty much, that's the scene. Escaping that, Pikachu revealed. Right, here's Pikachu. Pikachu revealed to Tim that Pikachu, here's Tim, was like, Tim, your dad is actually still alive because the body was never found. Your dad is out there somewhere. We can go rescue him. So they went back to the apartment to look for clues, like the Scooby-Doo game. And that's where they went to look for Harry, which is Tim's dad, informant, which turns out to be another Pokemon. Surprise, surprise, it's a Pokemon movie. A Mr. Mime, who's basically a mime that just can't talk. I don't know. This looks like Pikachu more than this does, but This is what Mr. Mime looks like. After a crappy game of charades, Mr. Mime led him into an underground dogfight arena where supposedly the R vial is being produced. Just dogfight, yeah. So Tim and the Pikachu went to go look for him, the R vial supplier. While at the dogfight arena, the owner there recognizes Pikachu as the same one who beat his Charizard, so he demanded Tim to fight him. Right? He was this guy. Here was Pikachu. He was like, I'll tell you what you want to know. If your Pikachu can beat my Charizard again. Charizard's like this. That. Here's this wing. Ooh, this drawing's starting to look a little mighty here. Oh, and I lost it. Oh, stick. Okay. So before the fight started, the owner ejected more R vial, into the Charizard, leading him to go crazy. So Pikachu is a goddamn pacifist apparently, can't use his powers. So Tim had to go, god damn it, gotta go in and rescue him. During the rescue attempt, he knocked out the owner down, Sebastian, just remember his name, not part of the script, Sebastian down, breaking the rest of the R vial, leaking it everywhere into the spectators. So the spectators and their Pokemon the spectators' Pokemon got infected and started going wild. That was when the Popo started showing up and arrested everybody. So Tim got arrested and led him to meet with Harry's friend again. What was how do I pronounce this? I'm gonna say it wrong every time. Hitato Yasita. Where Tim suggested that Harry was actually still alive somewhere because the body was never found. But actually, Hisadarato was like, no, here's the film, or here's the security footage of the car accident. Turns out, Harry's car blew up in a big explosion. So there was no way the body could be found because it exploded. Later, Tim got contacted by this Professor X copycat named Howard, who was basically like the Tony Stark of this universe. Here's a wheelchair. I don't know why you make a wheelchair on a goddamn car. So here's Howard. He can't walk. He was like, Tim, buddy, your father, Tim's father, Harry, was actually working for Howard. He was trying to investigate who was creating these R vials, and the result was that turns out there's this Pokemon called Mewtwo, who's this weird mutated genetically enhanced Pokemon, and he was the one that actually killed your father or captured your father. And if you want to go and help find him, you gotta go to this abandoned lab in the middle of goddamn nowhere to investigate. And also, he revealed that his son, Roger, was actually the mastermind behind this whole R-Vial scheme. So you gotta watch out. And apparently Howard can't do anything. Because Roger was gonna take over the company, I believe. So Tim pulled in his ragtag crew consisting of him, his Pikachu. Okay. So here's Tim. Here's Pikachu. Draw the lucky tail. And his new friend, leading female actor, Lucy. Don't know why I draw that. Lucy. I draw boobs on her. Yeah. Lucy. and her Pokemon partner, Psyduck. They went to the abandoned genetics lab where Harry was last seen. While there, let's see, Harry discovered this abandoned lab. Right? So here's broken, the broken glass thing. Now, oh well, now it doesn't really matter. This device. Tim found this device. And then they played. Had a video recording, like a diary log, and it turns out that Mewtwo broke out. His father was there at the lab, like Howard said, and Mewtwo broke out the lab, and it was a big kerfuffle with Mewtwo and the other scientists. He wanted to bring back his finding to his friend Lucy, right? Went to look for his friend Lucy. They split up like idiots. Let's help his friend Lucy. He's like, hey, look, this is what I found. Turns out, during the time he was viewing the recording, a bunch of Greninjas, which is these water type ninja Pokemon, was attacking them all. So he had to help save them from Greninjas, and resulted in this big Scooby-Doo chase around the whole world, garden backyard. Turned out to be a bunch of Pokemon. Katera, they call it the Katera Garden, which is basically a giant version of Katera. I don't know how that worked, but that's how the universe is. And it led to Pikachu getting really injured. Right? Not dead, it's just really injured. So he had to go beg this Bulbasaur. This is what Bulbasaur looks like. He's like, yo, Bulbasaur, I need your help. Can you heal my Pikachu? Or do you know anybody? You don't understand English, but can you help? Can you help me find someone to heal my Pikachu? Bulbasaur led him to this cavern where, surprise, surprise, Mewtwo was at. Well, Mewtwo. So there was this rock thing that Pikachu got put on, and Mewtwo came and was like, "Wapakakaru," you know, and boom, Pikachu got healed. But then right afterwards, Roger came in, like the bad guy, and captured Mewtwo. So when Pikachu got up, part of his memory came back. It was later revealed that Pikachu was the one who released Mewtwo from the cage originally, and that's how Harry got hurt, because of Pikachu. So Pikachu got scared, was like, Tim, can't be partners, can't be friends. I don't think I can trust myself. So he left the crew, right? This is where the bullshit happened. So they left the lab to go to the mountains to escape the ninjas attacking them, right? They went like, at least the whole scene probably took, realistically, maybe like a 30-minute goose chase, right? Through the mountain, under the river, across the sea, across the hills, something like that, right? And during that, when it was over, he told Lucy, hey, Lucy, you go to the car. Like, well, hold up, pal. I don't even know what a car is. You're in the woods, and you think she's gonna find the car? I was like, whatever. And then, after Pikachu left, Tim went back to the car, but he beat Lucy getting there first. I'm like, this whole trail, they were going under the forest, under them caves, and you somehow beat Lucy in the car. That was the biggest plot hole of this whole stupid ass movie. But I digress. All big bullshit. So, movie cut off. Pikachu's walking across this bridge and self-loathing, reflecting, was like, man, how could I betray Harry and Tim like this? And then he had this realization yo, this is where the scene of the crime was. This is the car crash incident place. So he was looking for more clues, and he realized, and he found these ninja stars, which he was like, oh, wait a minute. It wasn't Mewtwo all along that attacked. It was actually the game ninja. He realized, oh, this is all a setup. Howard, the guy, was actually the real bad guy. So he ran back to Rhyme City. So I gotta warn Tim. So while that was happening, Tim was having a conversation with Howard, and Howard revealed, was like, Tim, I was the bad guy all along. And he gave his whole spiel about how humans should evolve as Pokemon. So we can take, that's the next step of evolution for us. And the only way to do that is to use the R-Vial, so human plus Pokemon. That's a Pokemon, don't ask me what it is. We can become Pokemon and be better than ever. But the only way to do that is if you use the R-Vial. That's what they're experimenting on. Because it turns out the R-Vials are basically genes from Mewtwo develop. And so they upgrade the R-Vials, and now you can become Pokemon. So when this was happening, he had a whole cage where Mewtwo was in, right? In this liquid tube thing. And he put on his new, which looked like an XP shared item from Pokemon games. You know what that looks like, you know, the little circle headband with a bunch of buttons in the middle? That's pretty much what it was. He put it on, he became Mewtwo. So Mewtwo busted out of his cage and was like, I can walk now. Hallelujah. So when Mewtwo came alive, or came back with Howard's conscience, he destroyed all the Pokemon balloons out in the down in the city because they're having a parade at the time. But turns out the R-Vials was stored inside the balloon. So as destroying the balloon, it released the vials upon the citizens, forming them or combining them with their Pokemon. And before he could eliminate Tim, Pikachu came into the rescue. Was like, no, I'm here to save you. And surprise, surprise, plot armor, Pikachu can now use his electricity move. So it's up to Tim to remove the helmet to, this is a little electricity stat, remove the helmet to save Mewtwo. But while this was happening, while these two were fighting, Tim was also fighting Roger, who turns out to be a Ditto, a modified Ditto Pokemon, right? Genetically enhanced one. So they were fighting it out, but then Harry managed to win, removing the helmet, eliminating Howard from Mewtwo conscience, getting it back, and Mewtwo just managed to reverse the effect upon the city, turning everyone back to humans and suffering on some Pokemon. Howard got arrested, and then Mewtwo revealed to to Tim, they're gone. Tim, your father's actually alive. Pikachu is actually, you guessed it, Harry all along. Harry was gonna die, so he fused him with Pikachu. This makes no damn sense. But that's the only reason they're alive. And so he split off Pikachu, and then here's Harry, and here's the Pikachu. That's why Pikachu didn't speak English, because Harry was in Pikachu's body. So he split off Pikachu, Harry came back, reunited last with his son, and movie ended with basically Tim deciding to stay in Rhyme City to reconnect with his father. The end. Oh yeah.